recorded.
All right. Welcome to our meditation time together. I am so honored that you've chosen to spend these few minutes drawing just away from all the busyness and the noise of the world, to spend a few minutes to start your week off the right way. And so what I want you to do is just find wherever you've kind of assembled yourself in your home, just find that comfortable position. Work out any last minute little kinks that you need in your body so that for the next few minutes, you can find a version of stillness that honors your posture, honors any little spots that are kind of talking to you, and just find some comfort. And I want to remind you, this is a meditation practice, which means every time we show up, we practice finding awareness and finding that present moment. So just settle in here, start to connect to how you're breathing. If you need to slow it down, just become a little more intentional with a deep inhale and a full, complete exhale. Allow your hands to get comfortable. Maybe they're on your lap, on your legs, on your desk, wherever you're seated. Just get comfortable. And let those eyes just gently close. And I want you to honor your pace of breath. Not trying to match mine, but just finding your rhythm. And so each day as we've come together through the month of January, we focused our meditation time on a different word. And today's word is joy. And it is so fitting to be able to begin our week with this word. And so the first thing that I want you to do is, as you are just seated there, before I begin to lead you into this time together, just picture across your mind's eye the things that bring you joy. Just notice what happens to your face when you imagine those things, when you picture them, almost without even meaning to. The corners of your mouth turn up. You kind of feel that swelling in your heart as you begin to think of the things that bring you joy. For some of us, it involves important, precious people in our lives. For some of us, it's the home that we've established. For some, it is an activity of our talent of using the gifts that we've been given. For some, it is memory of a travel or a place that you've been where you just felt at home and at peace. And there's so many other ways that we all experience joy. But just keep letting those images just come across your mind for the next couple of breaths. And then bring your focus back to where we are together. And again, as your eyes are gently closed, your spine is long, your shoulders are relaxed. I want us to begin to focus these moments on the source of our joy. There's a book by the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu that is actually called The Book of Joy, and these two men have a conversation together about how they define joy. And as they're visiting with one another, they're both very quick to say that joy and happiness are not the same thing. They go on to tell us that happiness is most often connected to something external, to a situation, to an achievement, a possession, a person. But then they go on to tell us that while happiness is externally connected, joy is not. It comes from within. And people travel for miles and miles to seek the counsel of someone like the Dalai Lama, to ask, how do I find joy? And his answer is always the same when he tells them, you've already got it. It is within. And so what I want us to do tonight is I want us to turn our focus inward. That is truly what our meditation practice asks us to do. Turn your focus inward. Because when we focus outside of ourselves, we get so caught up in the things that are not working, the things that disappoint us or confuse us, or sometimes anger us and frustrate us. But I want you to turn your mind's eye, almost like you're just turning those eyes inward, and begin to look inside of you. It was so easy for you to begin to picture the things that bring you joy. Let's make it just as easy to turn our focus inward. Let all the things around you kind of blur and darken, and make your focus first the breath, the physical feeling of it, maybe the feeling or the sensation of the beating of your heart. And then I want you to begin to picture that there's a light right there inside of you. It's a light of compassion and love and peace and grace and kindness. And it is also a light that is filled with joy. So then the Dalai Lama goes on to tell us that while joy is internal, it does not preclude us from experiencing the hardships of life. It doesn't exempt us from experiencing heartbreak and hard times. But then what he assures us of is that when we can tap in and truly connect to our internal joy, when we experience heartbreak, we will not become broken. And when we experience hard times, they will not harden us. So what I want us to do in our time together of quiet reflection is let those images that bring you joy, let them come across your mind as you need them to. Let them replace any images that take you to the hardships or to the heartbreak, because we all have them. But I want us to use our breath, our light inside of us, to find a way that those things do not cause us to feel broken or hardened. So maybe you sit a little taller, grounding down into your sit bones a little more, feeling the anchor. And let's breathe in together nice and slowly, igniting that joy. And then breathe out anything that distracts you from it. Breathe in. It's like you're stoking the fire within you. Breathe out anything that gets in the way. Breathe in the belief that the joy already exists in you. And breathe out anything that causes you to doubt. So continue with that same calm rhythm of breath. And I want to give you an affirmation that will set the tone for our moments of quiet reflection together. Breathing in, I believe the joy exists within me. Breathing out, I turn loose of the doubt. Breathing in, I believe the joy exists within me. Breathing out, I release the doubt. One more time, and then we're going to just sit together collectively, but also individually, finding that connection, keeping our focus internal. Breathing in, finding the belief that the joy exists within me. Breathing out, releasing the doubt. And now let's just sit and be in this moment, finding the source of that joy. Just allow your attention to come back to this time that we're sharing together. And if you feel comfortable, I encourage you put your left hand on your heart and put your right hand just right below your belly button, just right there in the center of your abdomen. The left hand represents the energy of your heart, the compassion, the kindness, the grace, the love. And right where your right hand is, it's right there below your belly button on the spot that is represented by your sacrum. That sacral energy about the things for which you have passion, the things that ignite you, the things that bring you joy. And so if you need a reminder in these coming days, I encourage you, find a moment during your workday, during your busyness, to pull away. Let your left hand find the heart. Let your right hand find that sacral energy. And just tell yourself, the joy is the light that ignites from me inside. The joy right here in that sacral part, it ignites this light on the inside. So much that you can almost realistically, physically see it. We breathe in the belief that the joy is there, and we breathe out the doubt. Namaste.